Hell, hi, howdy everyone. Old Greybeard here, and today we're going to be trying some Battle Brothers basics. Give me one moment to make one extra click. What? Hey, we're back. Alright, well, today I'm Old Greybeard, and I'm making a video of Battle Brother basics. What we're going to do today is we're going to start a Battle Brothers campaign and kind of give you, some real basics. How to play the game and what to look for, and some things that I noticed. And I'm going to say this for, Shaunik out there. He's the guy who said to me, hey, he's been asking me questions because he's just started playing. And so hence I'm going to do this basics video. Hang on, we'll play with some toys and, get all battle brothery as we go. We can get a bag of bullets out of the way. Come on now. All right. Okay, let's do it. So first off, here's Battle Brothers. I have all the DLC installed, so if you don't and you're just starting basics, some of these things might be a little different. It's been so long since I've had DLC that I can't remember not DLC. So let's try this. We're going to do a new campaign. There's, as you see with the DLC, there's all kinds of cool new starts. I would suggest, if this is your first game, rebuilding a company, let's do the tutorial. It'll kind of show us and guide us through some of the stuff we're going to want to know anyway. I highly recommend this game. I have hundreds of hours in on it, and it's a beautiful, fun game. I'm between this and Darkest Dungeon, they're two of my favorite games of all times, and my D&D World home game that I run is it's based basically on these two games. I love them so. So we're going to be rebuilding a new company, and you are second in command of a mercenary company that has been tracking a brigand named Hoggart for some time now. An unexpected turn of events leaves the company in shatters, and you in charge to rebuild it to its former glory. This is recommended as it includes some helpful guidance at the beginning. So we'll just jump right in. Alright, we are going to be our company name is going to be the Tavern Toughs. And a late game crisis. Here's something I would suggest, to always pick the nobles at war for your crisis, because about 100 days in, the crisis is going to begin, and it will be your first crisis, and then another one will happen, and then another one will happen, and another one will happen. They'll keep coming. So the Nobles War really does set you up to get some good armor and stuff for your guys before the other crises, because the greenskins and the undead will chew up your towns and stuff. So it's just for first game, please do that. Do not check permanent destruction, because then the towns will be destroyed forever and ever, and that's more for an advanced game. Let's see what we have for standards now, because there's new DLC that I have not played. This is the first campaign with all the DLC. Sorry for the clicks. Oh, we're back around. Let's go with this for our Tavern Toughs. Spear and arrow. That looks good. Okay, so the Tavern Toughs. Let's go next. Is there like it more than Darkest Dungeon? It's weird because even right before the pandemic, TT games were barely tabletop. Ah, yeah. Okay. Definitely give me a shout out if you have questions about Battle Brothers, so that, use my name in the chat so that I can make sure that I get your questions answered. Okay, let's start it up. Okay, beginner, starting funds high, and then here's something that I like to do. It's the map seed. Definitely use a map seed, something you'll remember, Pornhub, your grandmother's name, whatever. But I like to use characters' names that I've had in the past, like Sir Trevette, or Sir Eamon, or Greybeard. So let's use Greybeard as the seed for this one. Greybeard. And obviously no Iron Man mode. Let's start. And the world begins. It is formed. So, we to answer that, I will tell you in a moment, because I've got new DLC and stuff. I don't know if using the same seed will create the exact same map or not. And this is taking longer than I've ever seen it before. Oh no, it crashed. Oh, whew, thought it crashed. Whew. Okay. Wow. Okay. You probably didn't hear that, so I'm going to try it again. I'll find out in a moment here if it actually is the same world with the seed, or if the seed just is used to incorporate. I can't remember, because I've been using new characters with each playthrough I've done. So this is the first time that I've ever used Greybeard a second time, and we'll see what happens. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders, but it was them who found you first. An ambush! Some joke about horses cut short by an arrow to the throat. Arrows shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men holler and scream a great volume before death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of the men, only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side. You shout in pain. A harried glance sees the men charge without you to make a valiant last stand, met in force as steel clashes with steel. Clang! Oops. Got caught on a katana. Okay. You meet eyes with the captain. A last nod before his throat is cut. You're left, in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword, and with all the will you can muster, slowly rise again. Ha ha! All right. To the end. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear sound? I can't hear sound. Did I lean on the button? I think I leaned on the button. I'll have to go in and see. You guys let me know if you can hear the music. Okay. What was the unexplored map option that you did not check? The permanent destruction. If you check that in the crises, the undead and the goblins will destroy towns, like outright. They'll just be gone, never to return. I think I hear it. The volume is just too low. Oh, I hear it now too. Maybe I have to crank it up a bit. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear the effects and stuff. If not, I'll jump into game options and see what I can do. Okay. So here we go. We start off, and this is Giro. And we'll change their names in a minute, but right now we can't. And he is our crossbowman, obviously. Let me move my pumpkin head. Alright. That's going to be a bad spot for it. Let me think. Where is a good spot? Think over here will be a good spot, because we won't use the log very much. Okay. So let's do real quick. We'll go around before we shoot there. We'll go around the board and kind of tell you what the deal is. Right here, this is your round. It's the number of rounds played. Your allies, how many there, how many bad guys, and then up top, these little UIs are very useful. This one in particular, the center camera, will become useful when we're on the big map, because a lot of times you'll zoom out to kind of look around, and then you'll lose your guy. What town was I at? That kind of thing. So this will center it back on you and your men. Raise the camera, lower the camera. When you get into terrain, these are really useful because you'll have brothers at different mountain heights on the mountain and stuff, and you're really going to want to be able to look and see what the deal is with, who's where and what the elevation is. Here's the show and hide trees, whatever. You can show or hide the highlights for blocked tiles. Leave that on. Hit point bars are distracting and for me, but if you like to see it all the time, that's great. The characters become damaged as you go along, so you can tell who's hurt. This guy's missing his head. There you go. Surrender. You can retreat from combat. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but this is 1 hour of give you the most information I can. Retreat. You can retreat anytime, but all your brothers will come out wounded. Everyone will have a wound if you just retreat from a battle. If you get to any map edge within 2 squares, there will be like little flags, and then the squares next to that, if you get your guys to those squares and then you hit retreat, you'll retreat effectively without taking extra damage. So it's pretty cool. But the dryer's making noise. Okay. All right. Unexplored map? I missed the unexplored map, Shauna. I'll have to look at it again. I put the seed in there. I don't know where the unexplored... Oh! I think that is the Fog of War over the map. It's been so long, I couldn't tell you. And then, of course, here's your open the menu to save your games and whatnot. You cannot save your game in the middle of a battle. So if you're like, if this guy misses... you can't save then. All right. So here's Giro, and he is going to take a crossbow shot. So we'll look over the brigand. We'll look at our target. You see, and I'm going to go through the numbers and stuff because a lot of times people start playing this and it's just too much. It's overwhelming. So we see the to hit number, 39% chance to hit. We see that some of the hit has been moved or minus the little red bar because he's armed with a shield. That shield is going to give him extra defense against ranged combat. And it's a distance of 4. The further the way you are out to your maximum range, the less chance to hit. And with a crossbow, see these little hexes? That shows you the range marker of how far the crossbow can fire. So, we looked at him, it's 39% chance to hit. We look at the guy with the spear, and it's 51% chance to hit. And what else we have down here is, we have, if you look at the little icons, it shows the little gold people. His turn is done. Next thing is his head protection, it's untouched. His armor, his body armor, untouched. His health, unharmed. His morale is the little green flag, and that's steady. And then at the bottom is his fatigue, and he is fresh. Also, there's the little note down there that says double gripped. It means he has a one-handed weapon, but he gets a bonus because he's using it in 2 hands because he has no shield or whatever. So to help him out. Okay, and so we're going to try to shoot him because he's armed with a spear, and spears hit harder. And this guy has a flail, and he probably won't try to hit us in the head with the flail because none of us except this guy have shields. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot him, and I miss. So I'll reload real quick. Oh, some other UI stuff. Here is you can end the round and the current round and have all your men skip their turn. That's a good one for like beginning fights where you're waiting for the enemy to close. You know that you're really not going to get any good archer shots. You can just skip that first round, and then the enemy will go forward. You can wait a turn. I usually tap the space bar for this one, but that'll wait a turn, and then the enter F button will end your turn. As you go along and you start getting 12 to 16 guys on the field, you'll start hitting the buttons. So anyway, he has reloaded. He is done. Over here, as you see, he's got his action points. You got 9. He's got 2 left on the snow. He could move 1 hex. Action points are pretty much how much you can do in a round. And fatigue is it's gained. You always get 15 fatigue back unless you're wounded or poisoned or some other effect every round. But you can spend more than 15 fatigue in a round, so you get more and more tired as the battle goes out. That's what the deal is with there. As we can see, he has no head armor. He's got 35 body armor. He's got 54 hit points. He's still in the fight and steady. So now we'd either hit F or click the little button. Goes to our next guy. His name is Gerolf. Ooh, it's G Squad. We'll change all their names in a minute. Let's see. You definitely can't hear with Citizen yelling, "Wee!" All right. With this, he's got this big axe, but what we're going to do is we're just going to move up to kind of protect our archer. You can shoot from directly behind your men, which is the best tactic in the universe. But other than that, he's just gonna if you hit the space bar, it will wait. He'll wait for the next round or till the end of the round in case one of these guys comes up. We will still have our action if we hit space bar. So I'm gonna space bar so that he can do something at the end of the round if these guys come running. Now I'm going to consolidate these guys, move them together, and then as we see, this guy has a spear. Ha! Spear! Ha! Spear is great beginning game stuff because spear and shield is amazing. You're going to want spearmen. They are the core of your army. Spear bros. Hada! Sit, Ubu, sit. Good spear. So spear wall sets it up so that in an area around him, if an enemy comes in, he will try to stab them. So now he has set his spear wall. He's done. He can't do anything else. There. And now it came back to my guy. It's the end of his turn. Nobody was moved up or whatever. So I'm just going to cancel so that he doesn't waste actions. Shonik, question. As the enemy closes in, I start getting my spears into melee to pin down their men in place. Yep, that is a great idea. Like I said, a lot of times I just hold the line. The thing is if you have more archers than the enemy, they will charge you. If they have more archers than you, they'll stand back. They'll hold the line and try to shoot you to pieces. Pre-gunpowder mass combat. Yep. I know, and that's what I absolutely love about this game. It has that Witcher grimdark feel going on because everything's got that like pseudo-German language going on, and it's fantasy monsters, so it really has that almost Darkest Dungeon feel. So I, again, I'm going to not shoot the shield guy. So I click down here to get the bolt going. My grid appears. My red squares or hexes appear under the guys. And I'm going to try to shoot this guy again. Go! Ha ha ha! Let's shoot our crossbow. We haven't fired our crossbow in a long time. Pokey arrow. Fly now. Alright. Okay, crossbow. Sit, crossbow. Be nice. Okay, sorry. I love my crossbow. Just mind the albatross. Will still hold the line, yes. Okay, so then he has points left. He has action points. If you see, he's still got 6 out of 9. So he's going to reload, and that puts him down to 2. He could move like 1 space. So, and he wounded this guy. He dented his head armor there, his head flap. Okay, and he's done for the round. My axe guy is just going to wait, so I'm going to hit spacebar. My spear guy is going to put the spear wall back up and be done for the round. If he was engaged, I would probably spend the fatigue to also shield up. And currently he's not in contact with anyone, so that is no point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take Giraffe here, and I'm going to step in front of the archer so this guy doesn't get him. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to... You see, each weapon has different moves and maneuvers they can do depending on its weapon type. And that's just amazing. It's so fun. For instance, here's the main attack. I could try to just drive this, drive his... Come here, you. Drive his big axe straight down through him. I could round swing, but I would... If you point on a target, it'll show you. I would try to chop the head off of my own archer. So let's not do that. And this last one is split shield. So it's going to do specific damage to the shield. If you look at it, it's a 100% chance to hit. He is armed with a shield. And then it'll just chop that shield. And the shield is gone. Now he no longer has a shield. But his spearman came up to try to stab me in the guts. Okay, so we're back around. And here's where, like I said, you can shoot from behind. This guy is already wounded, so I'm going to go ahead and put a quarrel in him. Oh, or try. Reload, and turn is done. Now I got the axe. If this guy wasn't here, I'd do the round attack and try to take all their heads off. But because he is, I'll take this. Concentrate fire on the wounded. That is a big key. You're going to want a front rank and a back rank. Most guys, chopping, hacking, medieval tactics are very prevalent in this game, particularly at the early game. So again, this guy's already wounded. The spear has an extra chance to hit, so I'm going to try to chop him. If you look down this, it's got extra stuff, extra information, if it would stay up there. He's got a pierced cheek. He's wavering. He's already wounded. Hopefully this will take him out. Yes! And down. And his turn is over. If you try to move out of an enemy's zone of control, they do get an opportunity attack, so be wary. I'm going to move up, and I won't be able to do anything because I'm in snow and it's hard to move. Ooh, I got flailed. Oh, I got double flailed. All right, let's try to take him out. All right, and reload and stand in the snow. End his turn. Let's split this guy down the middle and be done with it. Oh, or miss completely. All right, jump along. And I'm not going to defend because it's just one guy on ours, and my guy's already hurt. So I'm hoping to take him out fast. So a couple of good stabs. Oh, yep, duck, dodge, dip, dive. Do I got a flail? Where's my flail? Where's my flail at? Can't see. Can't see my flail. All right. Oh, technically, where's my nerd glasses? Technically, that is a morning star flail, a double-headed morning star flail. Those glasses are not mine, and they give me a headache. Okay, okay. So again, we're gonna shoot, try to take this guy out, and miss. Whew. I'm too excited. My guys are missing. Okay, come on, end it now. There it is. Hawked his head right off. Okay, so now we see, this guy, he lost a bunch of blood. And, damage received, armor damage, the damage dealt. You can look at the statistics and kind of see what's going for you, what's working for you, what's not. Here's your loot button. We got no loot off that. And this is what's in our stash. We've got bandages and rotting grain. That's all that. This down here is your capacity. It's always 99 at the beginning. You will later on, you will get an ambition to get together money for a cart. I would highly recommend, it's expensive, but I would highly recommend as soon as you can take that ambition, because it gives you, I want to say like 27 or 30 more spots. So yeah, that's an amazing one. I got a question. Also, I'm kind of like horse with blinkers right now with spears and archers. Please explain pros and cons of other weapons too. Starting to use flails. The headshots with flails causes a lot of fatigue though. Yes, that is the trade-off. The game is wonderfully balanced. So you started using lower fatigue attack. Bad idea. It's all part of your strategy. Like I said, a lot of times you want your frontline guys to start with that shield spear combo and maybe get a couple rounds of pokey goodness in. And then once they're a little bit damaged, then switch to the flail, particularly if the enemies who are facing you have shields. Then you can go to the flail and clonk them over top of the shield, because it will ignore the shield bonus for the flails. It's, like I said, it's good and bad. Everything's a trade-off in this game. I personally have a tendency to give my frontline guys early game shield, spear, flail, and then knife or dagger as soon as you can, so that they have this range of things that they can do and do their job best. I'll explain some shield, some guys as soon as we get to town. We'll talk about different brothers and how they are useful or not useful in different positions. And this is almost everything I'm going to say is early game. If you want to watch later or mid-range games, go see people like Filthy Robot is really good at mid and late game. I'm doing this video to help people who are at the low end. Let's see, I got another one here. Seen the end screen in the damage deal. Get equipped with even more props and knickknacks. I do indeed have some. I'm on the cart ambition right now. It's 27 spots. Yep. Like I said, it's 27 or 30. I couldn't remember, so now we know. Okay, so once you've looted, make sure you loot. A lot of times you'll look at this and you'll go, oh, you'll go continue. You'll see the loot, and then you'll hit leave. You will not get that loot back. It's gone. So always, that's why it gives you this second chance to say, I want all the loot, and then you leave. Okay, so you're alive. You won. The adrenaline fades, and in its wake, you can't help but sink back to the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow shaft. Your chest heaves, pain for breath. Everything blurs. The company has been devastated, cut down to but a few men, and that bastard Hoggart did justice to his name. Oh yeah, the weasel. Fleeing like the weasel he is. What now, Captain? a voice says from behind. It's Geralf, who sits down beside you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer, he continues. Bernard's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and damn good leader. But all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? I'll start doing voices in a bit. I just got done doing 2 hours of show, so I'm a little strained. Giro joins the two of you, still breathing heavily. Then, Adelmar, save the ceremony and atonements for another day. Let's give the men a good burial and return to Eichenberg to collect our pay. The Weasel's men are slain, after all. Besides, Captain, we ought to see to that wound before we lose you, too. Wouldn't want to leave Giro in charge, right? We laugh. A hearty mercenary laugh. Okay, so then we're here on the battle map. Some things that are different here. Let me adjust my pumpkin head just a wee itsy bit. Some stuff that we want to look at here. This will eventually be your ambition. It's what your company is striving for. Its goal. Obviously, you got your money. You got your food. You have your tools. And your tools are for repairing your stuff. Food's to keep your men fed. If you scroll over this, it'll tell you your 50 provisions will last for 7 more days. This is how much you pay. It'll last for 500 days or whatever. Most of the time, that will be the one that you're crying about because you started off with a good lump so that you can kind of equip a couple extra men and get going. And then medicine. You cannot heal wounds if you don't have medicine. So always make sure you got a few medicine laying around. I do not remember what the statistics is on it. Basically 1 point of X equals so many X. So yeah, that'll be a good one. I should look that up. But so what we're looking at here is here's the day 1. Here's pause. Here's normal speed. Here's faster. So if you're on a long road and you don't want to get in any fights and you just want to get A to B, you hit that double speed button and you guys will hoof it. Okay. So, and we already kind of went through all this here. There's a couple extra things now. There's toggle the lock camera. Lock or unlock the camera to always be centered on your mercenary company. Don't do this. Generally speaking, you're going to want to look at the map. This will show the footprints left by other parties. You're going to want that to be on because you can see where they go and stuff. Camping is one of those where a lot of people don't generally camp. I almost always camp at night. I wait past dusk to night, and then I camp from night till dawn, if I can, most of the time. Reason being, you'll heal faster. Does it say? Time will go faster. Yep, your men will heal and repair their equipment at a faster rate. However, you're also more vulnerable to being caught in a surprise attack. It doesn't happen very often. Comparatively. So unless you're in an area where there's been footprints everywhere or you're real close to where a spawn point, somewhere that's got monsters like a barbarian camp or something. So don't camp near those. The retinue is new. I'm not going to cover it in this video. I will say it's expensive for beginner games, so you're going to want to be like 50 days in before you even monkey with the retinue, because the bottom row of the retinue is like 2,500. I will say, generally speaking, it's kind of agreed that it's like cook, lookout, scout, sergeant at arms, surgeon are like the top 5 choices, which you unlock. They all have things that you have to do to unlock them. It'll all tell you in that menu. I'm not going to spend any more time on it. The obituary tells you who's dead, when they fell, and such. This button is your factions and relations. It's more of a mid to late game thing. I mean, you can click on it and you can look at it. Here's the houses, and then here's the city states, and they're all going to be neutral for a while until you start doing stuff for them. So don't worry too much about them. And besides that, you're going to worry more about towns and villages in your early game. All right, so let's scroll out. Use the mouse button to scroll out, and we'll scroll out as far as we can at first because we're going to want to get a lay of the land. So you can see the different factions. We are up in the frozen north, and if you go over a town, it'll tell you what you know about it. You've never been there, so you don't know. It'll tell you village. Here's some things to think about. Village is where you're going to want to go to generally buy things, and towns are where you're going to want to sell things, generally speaking. And we'll get to a town or two and walk through all that. So let's the base game does not have the retinue button. You are correct, Shaunik. My apologies. So then at this, instead of scrolling back in and then scrolling up and scrolling in, you just go to the center and it'll go back here. So then you scroll out, you head for Eichenberg and unpause, and there we go. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom. I could hit faster. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. But don't forget to go back to normal because you'll miss out on some things. Alright. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Eichenberg. Four bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Manfred the Guildmaster, no doubt expected you to return in a more glorious fashion. Still he welcomes you to his house and offers bread and wine while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged except for the occasional grunt and wheeze of an elderly man with shaky hands tends your wounds. A pin pierces your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth till you think you hear one break. Manfred the Guildmaster sits beside you and asks you if you took care of Hoggart. You shake your head. We killed his men, but the weasel eluded our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into your wound. You nod and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. Oh, let's get our fire poke out. Oh, wait, we need to heat it first. Oh, well. Anyway, so, let's see. Maha! Magic. Alright. Let's see. Not a man, but pinch of fire. Flesh from flame! Oh, yeah. A golem of pain, Manfred the Guildmaster hands you a goblet of wine. You did well, Sellsword, and the brigands have been removed, though it is a shame that Hoggart still lives. Bum, bum, bum. We expect to get paid for this. Manfred the Guildmaster gasps. Well, naturally, 400 crowns is agreed upon. He gestures towards a servant who rushes to your side with the pay in hand. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd very much like to end the headache that this Hoggart once and for all, and would pay you again, of course, another 400 crowns, shall we say? Garuff scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Aldemar stands to speak. Yeah, the company is ruined, but we will rebuild it. Without the tavern toughs, Garuff would drink the crowns away and end up begging on the streets. And Giro, by the gods, we all know he'd go chasing the women folk until one stove his rotted head in. We need the tavern toughs. It's all we have. What say you, Captain? Garuff burps and raises his cup to you. Ooh, that's a full cup. Giro playfully thumbs his nose and nods. Kill that bastard Hoggart or not. It's up to you, Captain. Yes, we have unfinished business with this hoggart. Oh my goodness, so much reading. Sorry, guys. Alright, we will get through this. Let's soldier on. Manfred the Guildmaster claps his hands. Excellent. My little birds will need some time to find where Hoggart is hiding in his hole now. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days' time at the latest. Alright, we need more men. I bet this boondock town's got a desperate peasant or two. That's really what we need to know. And that's what we shall do. So then we walk into town. Here's the town map. Again, the basic stats you'll always need to manage your company. This is the toggle to look at your men, your company view. As you go over things, it'll highlight them and tell you what it does. Weaponsmith, which we won't be visiting for until like 30 or 40 days in. The weapons, armor, Fletcher, all of those are going to be prohibitively expensive. What you want to do in your early game is you want to go to these villages, to the marketplace, and you want to see what they have. So as you go over things, it's going to tell you how much things cost. Salt is normally it's worth $3.40, but here you can buy it for $3.34, so you get a little bit of a break on it. So let's see. More like Ickyberg. Nice. So because we have this money right now, and I kind of know what I'm doing, since these are below price, barely, but below price, and I know we're going to head away from this village, I'm going to go ahead and spend the money to grab these right away. I'm going to check our food. We have 6 more days, but we're going to definitely add more brothers. So we'll deal with that first. Hold on. Let me change my mind on that. What you should do is you should get your brothers first before you do any of this. So let's go get some brothers. Let's jump here and look. Oh, not there. Let's go leave, and let's go here to buy some brothers first. So right off the bat, my pumpkin head's in the way, but it'll show you over here. Aldebret is here. He is a poacher. It'll tell you what the poacher is. Some skill using a bow. They mow down rabbits and the like, birds and rabbits and the like. Here is their character trait. They have 1 or more unknown traits, which you can try them out for 71 and it'll reveal their traits. It is so early in the game. Do not worry about this until you're pretty established and you've got money to spare. We have money to spare right now, but we're going to keep as much of it as we can and try to use it to make more. That's why I bought that salt. Okay, so with that, we are going to hire this guy because we have the money. And poachers, let's talk about brothers. Early game people you're going to want. You're going to want poachers to be your archers, and they are going to be found anywhere that has like woodlands or hunting lodges. People who are hunters are going to be prohibitively expensive right now, so you're going to look for poachers. Poachers, thieves, jugglers are usually good archers in the early game, and farmhands, day laborers, and miners are usually good for shield bros early game. A lot of these guys aren't going to make it past the mid game anyway, so don't worry too much about them. Your 3 companions, you're going to want to keep them alive because we'll look at that. Let's look at them. Let's look at them real quick. As we look at our 3 companions, oh, my chat's kind of over the boxes. Well, okay, so anyway, we got Aldemar. We're going to gonna change their names to people who are in chat. JD, Shaunik, Citizen. You guys are members of the Tavern Toughs. Some of you are even on the Hero Cup. So if you guys want to be one of these peeps, let me know. Archer, Axeman, Shieldman, and you'll get first choice. After they say their piece, anybody else who wants a character, we'll add you in as we go. I know the chat is over this stuff right now, but hopefully you can see it enough to go through it. I'm going to go through the stats real quick because a lot of times this is the part of the game that when you first start out is really hard to come by and understand. Let's see. You call the spear guy. Okay, Shaunik. JD will be the Axeman. Tavern Tough is my thrash metal band. Ooh, a Nickelback song. Okay, fine. Provoke a barroom brawl. Yes. Alright. Citizen. Okay. Oh, already called. Okay, so it's Bigsby. We'll hire you in a minute. So that'll be our first 4 or so. Anybody else, put my name in there if you want to be someone, if you just want to be whoever we hire next. So let's go in and we'll change everybody's name. So Shaunik, you're going to be, and I'll never spell your name right. Let me look. You're too far gone in chat. I will try. Shaunik Spear Man. That'll come in handy later on to give them a title so that you don't have to think about it as much. So Shaunik Spearman. We got, and just click on their name. We got JD Lady the Axeman. I love you, JD. JD Lady. And the two-hander. You can come up with whatever you want on these. A lot of times I will call my two-hander guy. I will call my my spearmen. I'll call them shield bros. My two-handers, a lot of times I just call Zweihondas. And then my archers, depending on what I'm going to have them be, all my archers at the beginning are built as hybrid archers. If you want any advice on builds, I will just say go to Steam Community or to Filthy Robot. They have Excel sheets and numbers, and you can look at builds there. I'm just going to give you some basics. So we'll call JD Lady the two-handed. Oops, dyslexia. Handed. All right. Okay. And then wait, was it Citizen? You were going to be the archer. Yes. Okay. Oh, and I'll never spell Citizen. I think I got that. And you are the archer. Okay, so now you got names. Okay, so real quick, going through, again, we went through this on the battlefield, so I'm going to skip to the ones that we don't have. You got your action points, your fatigue, your morale. Resolve is how much you'll take before you break. Every time your guy gets hit, every time like a ghost, emits a scream, every time one of your brothers is killed, you make a resolve check. It's all done for you, obviously. And then you've got your initiative. So initiative is really weird, and I don't do much with initiative. I don't really worry about it much. Because usually I form a line and my tactics don't build into initiative. Generally, archers are the only ones who I worry about any initiative. Then over here, we've got our melee skill, our range skill, our melee defense, our range defense, our health, damage, and then our effectiveness against armor, and our chance to hit the head, And then the last one is how our vision is. What we're looking for here is you look for the stars. How many stars? It's particularly in the early game, whatever, you're just going to hire people. If they don't work out or they don't have good stats, they're probably going to get killed off anyway. So not too much to worry about. But when someone has like 2 stars in something, that usually is going to really define who they are and what job you're going to put them in. So, effectively, here's Citizen the Archer. He's got 2 stars in bow, 1 star in range defense. So he's really going to be a star in initiative. He's going to be an archer. Again, this is the tutorial, so they've set up to work that way. JD Lady, of course, has her 2 stars in her melee skill, a star in melee defense, and resolve, because she's going to get punked a lot, particularly as a 2-hander. You're going to get hit all the time. It's going to be hard to keep you alive. That'll be our job, JD Lady. In Deep Sky Derelicts, it was your job to keep us alive. In Battle Bros, it's our job to keep you alive. And then, of course, here's our Shaunik Spearman, our shield bro. He's got 2 points in hit points, a point in resolve, and that's it for him. Oh no, fatigue. Okay. Again, perfect for a shield bro. All right, so there we go. We've kind of walked through them. As you can see over here, we're on Shaunik. You can see his little things. He's one of the companions. He's irrational. So so he has +10 or -10 resolve randomly at every morale check. He's a survivor. He has 90% chance to survive if struck down and not killed by a fatality. And this is his current mood. He's dissatisfied. It's a little raised because we won a battle but lost most of the company. So we'll get rid of those in a minute. Also, looking at this screen, you have your stash. That's all your stuff. You can drag and put weapons and things here. And then you got your perk screen. We won't go into perks a lot, but your perks are, I would say, watch Filthy Robot's perk guide. He's pretty good, pretty sharp on all that stuff. Totes credit on how he thinks about this stuff. Me and him do not disagree on any of these. So yeah, so those are pretty good. And then back at the stash, something that came up, and one of the reasons I'm doing this video is Shaunik didn't realize that these little buttons did stuff. So this little button sorts your items. It sorts them by type. Haha! And if you click it a bunch of times, like if you have other stuff, it'll switch them around, and I don't really know what the thing is, but it'll do them like damage and by weapons, and it'll flip them around a bit. And then across the way, you can filter, like, show or hide mood. This will show items by, food and whatnot, supplies. Basically, you can manage your inventory better. Right now, it doesn't matter, but, when you got 80 or 90 things in your inventory, you're going to care. All right, so let's move on. Okay. As we said, we've got the money. We're going to go ahead and we're going to hire the archer without trying him out. And then the day teller or the butcher. Oh, and you can look over here too. Butchers are used to bloodshed. And day tellers are used to all kinds of physical work, but they don't excel at any. So, got 2 archers. We've got 2 front lines. We're going to have to hire one of these guys. Because we have the money, we're going to go ahead and take the butcher for this. It's a coin toss of a decision, because most likely these guys are going to die anyway. So spending 300 for this guy, most likely he's not going to he's not going to survive long. But we're going to take him anyway. And there we go. Glammy love, my glammy love. Da, 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 da. What's up? All right, flexes. Raw, JD Lady. Okay, sorry. All right. let's go ahead and hire the butcher because we're doing a tutorial. You know what? Let's just hire them all. Okay. Let's go to the bros and let's organize them. Down here, you organize them. This bottom row with the tents is guys in reserve when they're hurt and or injured. You can put them in reserve. Don't leave them in reserve too long because the longer they're in reserve, they get discontent. When they have wounds, it'll say is content to be in reserve. So that's good. What we're going to do, we're going to put our archer guys in back, and we're going to split up our shield bros here. And what we're going to do is look at each of them. He's actually got a cleaver, so that's good. He's got nothing. So we're going to have to get them stuff at least. Our poacher has a bow. That's a good start for an archer. We're not going to worry much about that. Let's go get these guys kitted out in the market. Okay. What is it? I would have a front line of 2 to 4 archers. Okay. You can do it that way. I'm just saying you will end up switching them back or running them behind your guys anyway, tactics. There's all sorts of crazy ways to do it. I'm going to show you the way I think. I put my two-hander in the middle because he's you're going to want him not on the flanks. You're going to want him to have the ability to bust out and kill people. Let's go get these guys kitted out real quick here and get to the market. All right. So our archers already have bows, which is amazing. That's an amazing way to start. If you didn't, if you ended up hiring like a juggler or a rogue or a tailor, anyone who might have coordination and dexterity in the early game as archers, you might want to start off with buying them the sling because it doesn't cost you any arrows and it causes dazed condition to people, which is kind of a good thing for a start. So what I'm going to do is there's a busted up old shield. We're going to grab that. This war fork is really pretty nice. And that's pretty expensive for what we have going on right now. So instead, I'm going to grab this pitchfork, and we'll think about it. We have another guy who's on the front line and doesn't have a shield. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buy him the buckler. And let's get him some armor. Let's see what we got. That's 30, 35. We can afford this armor. And then we're going to be really broke at the end of this, but we really need spears, and we don't have it. So what I'm going to do is for our other spear bros, I'm going to grab them. Well, let's grab one. This hatchet is really cheap. It's really busted up, but really cheap. So we're going to snag it. Normally, I would probably buy them both the bludgeons to get them rolling. So we will do that because they are cheap. Let's get the cheapest ones. Let's get both these bludgeons. And so we've got shields. We've got armor. We've got this is for our back line. We've got them weapons. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this dagger or this knife for now, which uses dagger stats. And last but not least, I'm gonna get them these head coverings because going into a fight with nothing on your head is tough. Okay, and now let's see how much food we have. We still have 3 days. Since we're here and it's cheap, I'm going to grab some cheese. Yeah. Am I going to grab more than one cheese? Since we're here. Let's grab a second cheese. because we're going to march south, and we might even be able to sell this cheese and make a profit because we're buying it here for under price. So let's see. Something about buying. Okay, so like I said before, you want to buy in villages, sell in cities, generally speaking. The other thing is goods and food and stuff. You will, what it says the market price is pretty good if you're friendly with a city and they don't have an event that is altering prices. You can usually make a pretty penny on buying stuff in the villages and selling it in the city. Let's see. Goat cheese is so good. Nom nom nom. Cheesing is bad for health. You made really good goat cheese sour bread. Nice. Yeah, it does sound so freaking nummy. Oh, with tomato soup. Oh, you guys, you're killing me. You're killing me. All right, before my voice finally just gives out, let's get back here to our boys. We need... it's Bigsby. Do you want to be the butcher or the day porter, the day taller? Anyway, we'll start gearing them up right now. And if it's Bigsby says what he wants, butcher. Okay, you said. All right, let's kit you out first then. So you've got this cleaver already, which isn't a bad weapon. So we're gonna leave you with that. And you have 2 in melee. He's got 6 in melee. Oh, we didn't look at your bits and bobs. So you've got a star in range defense, and you've got initiative going for you. All right. Well, you've got a pretty good starting melee. So let's leave you with that. We'll give you this mace till we can get you a spear. We'll give you the shield because you were here first. We'll give you the better armor again because you were here first. Give you a head cover. All right. There you go. You're ready to cleave. Whichever one of you archers has the better melee attack. Okay, the poacher does. You get the pitchfork. Shaunik, you're going to get the dagger because you're the most heavily armored of us. And so you'll get stuck into combat, and that'll be your method of operation. You are going to go with hatchet and bludgeoned, and your head piece does 20. This one does 30. So we'll switch it out and give you the armor. Okay. All right. So everyone's kitted out. What we'll do now is Bigsby wants to be the butcher. It's Bigsby. It's Bigsby. Bam. And you are going to be the cap lock. The shield bro. Okay. I probably spelled that wrong. All right. And then anybody else in chat wants to be you want to be Winrich, another up and coming shield bro. You might actually become a two-hander at some point. Ooh, neat. Put a Greybeard Tavern, and then if you want to be him, first person says so can be him, unless we had someone else on the list that I'm forgetting. All right, now with our 6 bros, let's get the heck out of Dodge. We got arrows, we got tools. You know, they're selling stuff decently cheap here, and that's because they love us and it's the tutorial. So I'm gonna buy more tools. We got 4 days to get paid. Okay, so let's go with that. Oh goodness. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. We got a job. And here's your mission board, the Tavern Toughs, their objective, visit Hellevard, southeast of Eichenberg. Oh, don't forget to pause if you're going to monkey around. Spacebar pauses on the big map. Let's see. Visit Hellevard, southeast of us. Buy weapons and armor for your men. Oh, fudge. Well, we already did that. All right. Let's do it again anyway. We could have gotten better prices. I haven't played the tutorial game in hundreds of hours of gaming, so. All right. March. Well, let's get some armor on. All right. And what the hell? Let's get a Gambison. We got a Gambison around here somewhere. Nice padded Gambison. You know, start beginner armor. Where's this poor old thing? This has been to many a war. And it's cold down here, so this is good. If I can get it on. Nice padded Gambison. All right, now we're looking. We won't even tie it up. We're not too worried about it for now. Better. Oh, all right. Okay. As Hellevad's skyline appears on the horizon, Citizen the Archer seeks a word with you. Never been to Hellevad before, but I've been around ones that look a lot like it. Cities like these are great for selling goods, as all these prissy, pompous pricks love to have their goods delivered. With so many merchants, you can find almost everything you need, too. Keep an eye out for bargains. You don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants. JD Lady, the two-handed, sees fit to add her own opinion of what you should do. If there's a good tavern, I say that's where we should go first. Nothing helps a man down on his luck more than a good pint. God's knows we've earned it. Citizen the Archer shakes his head. You say that every time we stop in town. You say that even when you're already drunk. I'll keep it in mind. Peasants on the road. Like I said, I usually keep my hand on the spacebar when I'm traveling the map to hit, bam, hit it and look around. What do we got? A good Gambison is an excellent thing. This poor thing has been to hell and back, but it's still there to wear under my armor. So okay, let's see. Trust you roll a seed map with hilarious city names. Hellevad. Yeah. Oh, and it's a seed name. You can use the same seed name all the time, but it will not bring the same map. This is not the same as the last time I used Greybeard. It's got some elements that are the same, but we'll see. Also, too, this is with all the new DLC added. All right. Okay. And we see here, this is not in the base game. The taxidermist was added later on. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's visit that tavern before we do anything else. Because if we look, we've got, he's in a good spirits. The new guys are in good spirits because they just got the job. The rest of us are content. So up from disgruntled. So let's get to that tavern and get happy. So as your men get more leveled up and you get more men, of course, it'll pay more for rounds of spirits. Let's pay for it. Huzzah! The men cheer the company name as they drink. Oh, it didn't do crap for us. Oh, wow, we rolled horrible. Oh, that's just painful. Painful. Okay. A medieval snuggie. Indeed. Okay. Let's see here. So we got, yeah, they cheer. Okay, so you get one rumor for free. Rumors are rumors, though. So, meh. If you have the spare money, a lot of times this is only like 20 coin, 20 gold. If it's like 20 gold and you're not just scrimping and saving, go for it. Grab the rumor. A lot of times what I do, so sad, I take my phone and take a picture of it because I'll completely forget which way or what it says. So this one, for instance, says, they burned Frida at the stake last week. Some witch hunter just appeared one day, accused her of sorcery and whatnot, and had her burned. The council didn't object, and that man just left. Wish I knew who he was, really. Good thing he saved us from that witch, I suppose. And then we don't have the money, or I'd hit it again. At least one rumor in the tavern when you can, and at least one round of drinks. I'm almost, if I hadn't already bought the stuff, I would totally get another drink here to try to get more cheer on for our guys. Wait. I'm very pleased that Amazing Cultivation Simulator has a notepad built in it. Oh, that's so awesome. All right. I hope more games do that too. Let us go. No, we're going to the shop, so might as well. Okay, so it told us to come here and buy stuff, so it wants us to do that. So I'm going to do that. Let's look at some stuff. First off, let's see what we got here. We're too close to the origin site. So we bought it for $334. It's only selling for $220. If we were hurting for cash, I would sell those again. Or if there was a piece of equipment over here that was just super on sale, I would again get it. I'm going to sell these bloody old clothes. I'm going to sell this sackcloth rag. Yes, we will put this on the Citizen and the Archer. Let's see what we got here. It's worth 100. Oof. Okay, we're not going to look at any of that stuff. It wants us to buy something, though, so let's see what we can buy. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so this is the kind of starting armor you want to look for, this padded leather. It pretty much is like this padded gambeson. This is really, and you want to find it all busted up like this. This is an amazing deal. I think what I'm going to do is I think I will lose money on the salt just to buy this padded armor. What was the cheese? Yeah, no money on the cheese. We're not far enough away from the source yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell those, grab this one suit of armor, and another pitchfork while we're here. Ooh, I should grab a spear, but I'm not going to. I think the pitchforks are more important at this point. So what we'll do is we'll lose money, but we'll get 400 back here. We're going to buy this armor, and we're going to buy this pitchfork. The reason that I'm getting the pitchfork instead of the spear is because it's harder to find the pitchforks, and that gives the back row, once you're stuck in, it gives them another thing to do with their attack. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab that pitchfork. This is really a tight decision, but I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to grab this dagger because it's really cheap, and that'll give us more options to dagger down people. Okay, we still have enough money for a couple days, so let's go. Well, actually, let's go here. Let's suit up the bros. Here's the hat on the archer. Oops, wrong. Hat on the archer. And pitchfork for the archer. Why do you have this knife? We're taking your knife. It's a knife! It's a knife! Okay. Crazy halfling thieves. Alright, and then we'll make sure our shield bros have knives so that they can dagger down the baddies. Okay, we've got this good armor. We're going to see if our Shonik has 50. This is 80, so we're going to give Shonik the good armor, and then we pass down the line. It's Bigsby, 35, 50. And then the 35 will go over here. And keep passing down, keep passing down. He's got 35. He's got 20. Here's 30. There we go. Everybody got it. We passed the upgrades down. Okay. Let's get the heck out of Dodge. Oh, and here's the thing. If you've got an open spot on your archers in back, I usually tend to give them the bandage so that they can patch up the guys in front. And that way the guys in front don't have to stop fighting because they're going to be like, face to face. Let's see. Relevant here because you could note down rumors and such. I know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, literally, if you could, like, cut and paste that into a Word document inside the game, that'd be fantastic. Like I said, I usually just grab a picture of it on my phone. Okay. I think everybody's got their things. Let's go get in a fight. All right. And we will leave. Okay. The taxidermist, like I said, that is in the DLC, and we'll worry about that. As you kill monsters, you will get bits and bobs, and you'll be able to go to the taxidermist. But that's a 50 days into the game situation. All right, let's get out of here. I mean, we'll look at the brothers, but we're not hiring. It was a farmhand. Farmhands usually make pretty good shield bros, but we couldn't even try him out. That's another thing. If you look at the numbers, the thing you're paying for with a brother is you're paying for stats and equipment. So sometimes I will hire a brother for equipment. Like if there's a militiaman and he's got a bill hook and he looks like, he might be garbage, but he's got that bill hook, I will buy him for the bill hook alone, because the bill hook is usually, 700 or so to buy one. So just stuff to look for is you're paying for that equipment. That's all added into this price to buy guys. Let's get out of Dodge. Let's go here. Okay, return to Manfred the Guild Master in Eichenberg. Okay, so then I usually like to be a lot about here so that I can see tracks and stuff that you come across on the roads. See the supply caravans coming. You can attack supply caravans and trading caravans, but whoever they belong to, which I could have paused there, whichever place they belong to, you will then become enemies of. So just be aware of that. Okay, I'm not going to read this because, again, my voice is starting to go. But basically, they come back. You've got your stuff. They know where Hoggart the Weasel. Hoggart knows the Tavern Tufts is on his heels, and they will be gathered more men since the last time you met him. Nodding, Manfred the Guildmaster waves you off. Good luck, sellsword. We'll return with his head. All right. So, at night, the only thing that'll be open in town is the tavern. I'm going to move my head again. It's going to be in an odd place, but we need to see our contracts. So we'll go over here. The contracts that are available will be up here. You can accept contracts at night. We won't talk about that much more than that for right now. Let's pop out of here. Okay. And what we're looking for, travel to Hoggart's Refuge, northeast. There it is. I need to put my head somewhere where it won't be a problem. Pumpkinhead Relocator, activate. That's a big contract. Nope. Go back to game. No, click. Stop. Okay. All right. And we'll pause. We'll look. You poke at any of these when you get close enough and you're in sight range. It'll tell you we're going to run into a few brigand thugs and a brigand poacher. Many is like 4 to 6. A few is 1 to 3, and 1 is obviously 1. Let's see. Greybeard. I'm stoked. My Hoggart fight was a nightmare. Okay, well, let's see how it works out. Pause. Okay. Your scout reports that reports that he has seen the following: a few brigand thugs, a brigand poacher. Engage! To war! Okay. Sit and go. Alright. Okay. And then I like to scroll out a little bit so I can see what's going on, who we got. Sometimes in the beginning rounds, they'll be off the board. Here we have Hoggart the Weasel. We want his armor in this fight. So if you look, people actually are armed and armored with what they have. So if you see this stuff, that's what you're gonna have. Now, so because he has a shield, I'm going to leave Winrick. Did anyone want to be Winrick? I can't remember if I saw it in chat. If they do, hit me up with the Greybeard tag or somebody remind me. And we'll name you after the battle. Okay, so we're going to start. Let's see. Quick shot will give you a little extra range. It'll give you like one more range. That's about the only time I ever use quick shot. If they had like a master... a marksman or another really good bowman or an arbalister or a crossbow guy out here, I would worry about it and I would use the aim shot and try to take him down. Otherwise, particularly in the early game, you're not going to have the percentages to hit a lot. So I just fling arrows. Just blowing, 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 blowing. Huck arrows everywhere. I almost always use the quick shot. My reasoning is the percentage chance is only a little bit higher, but if for some miracle you hit with both shots, you end up going from possible 50 damage to possible 100 damage, which is just amazing. So again, that's what you got going on. So we're gonna go with the quick shot. The only guy we can shoot is Hoggart the Weasel. I really do want his armor, but I also do not want him up here killing my guys, so I'm going to fire a couple shots at him. Oh, and a miss. And then I just keep a finger on the 1 key, 1, 2, or 3 of viable keys to give the orders down here. And I will hit it again. And he's only got an 11% chance to hit because the guy's armed with a shield and he's way far off. But I'm going to fling arrows at him anyway. Just hit his shield. My crossbow guy will have a better time hitting him, 28% chance, because crossbows try to shoot through armor. We could go more into the weapon specs. There's plenty of weapon spec videos out there. I would completely say once you're getting into the game, then go for it. Okay, so and miss. Reload. Don't forget to reload, and then either F for done or spacebar or click the little check mark. So we're gonna go F. You are gonna just stand there and do nothing. So instead of F or check, I'm gonna spacebar so he waits. JD lady just gonna wait because they're gonna come to us. It's Bigsby with his cleaver. We're gonna come to us. Oh, on Bigsby, I should have switched to his mace because we're gonna want to like stun this guy and bash him in the head as much as we can. Shaunik, you're ready. We're gonna go ahead and do the spear wall for now, just because they could get close enough to get one stab in, but other than that, you're done, bud. All right. Here they come, walking down the street. Like I said, the goal of this battle is to survive and try to loot this guy's armor. The way we loot his armor is we get multiple characters on him, we switch to our knives, and we use the puncture. Because puncture, you're going for like the armpits, the throat, the eye. You're trying to take him down, and the puncture attack is fatigue intensive and action intensive, but it ignores the body armor, and you want to try to we really want this chainmail. So we're going to be a little bit on the greedy side, and we may get one or more of you killed for this armor. My apologies. Hey, we're the monkeys. Everyone's moving around. We're too busy singing to put anybody down. Okay, so these guys are coming at us. We're going to keep our axe out instead of switching to mace because we're going to try to hack these shields apart as best we can before we die. And so we are going to hit the wait button. JD Lady, because they're moving on us, I'm going to move you forward 1, but I'm not going to move you forward to engage because I still want them to come into spear range. One of the only other things I could have done is I could have switched Shonik to the end. In that last round, I could have moved him over so that when they came at us, he would be blocking. That would have been the only thing strategically I would have done different. But we're going to make you a target, and we're going to let you rest. Let's get It's Bigsby in range for an attack. And you know what? We're going to put your shield up, bud. Shields up. Because that I thought might happen. Okay. We're at the point where I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go for this guy hard. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to hack at his shield so that we can try to take it out, and that way it's dagger time. Don't try to do the puncture thing on someone. If they've got a shield, it's just they're going to block it. It's too much for them. So, okay, you did your thing, and you don't have any actions left or any that you can afford. So, F. All right. We're going to only step forward 1 because if we move any more, I don't think we can shoot because we're on snowy ground. So, I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, see, light snow, frozen, cost 2 AP and 4 fatigue. So I'm going to step here, and I'm actually not going to shoot at this guy because he still has his shield. I'm going to try to take out their archer because with the sling, he can daze us with rocks, and that's a bad thing. Hugurk! Woo! Set a scene with the crossbow. Crossbow shot. A killer crossbow. Ha ha ha! Crossbow! Ha ha ha! I love having a crossbow range in my basement. I'm a toy dork and I love it. Okay, so you shot. Let's reload. Now our other archer is gonna fling arrows at these shield guys over here. And I guess it's going to be this one. Okay, so see as I'm pulling over them, the little red... I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me. Okay. I'm an idiot. See the little arrow with the red shield? That means you have a chance of shooting your own guy in the back. Sometimes, if you're shooting from a direction, it might say that you have a chance of shooting their guy. If their guy has a shield, most likely the shot's going to hit that guy's shield. I still fling arrows sometimes. So see, it's only a 5% chance because he's armed with a shield. You're at 4 distance, and the line of fire is blocked by a couple bodies. If you were directly behind someone, you wouldn't have the line of fire block. The only other thing I could do is I could take a step, but then I wouldn't be able to take 2 shots. And I also don't want him rushing my archer. So I'm just going to, like I said, fling arrows at him and hope. Woo! Woo! Right in his shield. Okay, and here he comes. And good thing you had that buckler. Oh, like I said, this is a harsh fight, and I hate to say this, but I hope only Winrick dies. So now we're back to JD Lady. We really need to get rid of this guy's shield. So crunch, and she takes her axe and does it. Goodbye, shield. All right. Okay, so shield's gone. That's all you can do. Hammer time. Wait, what? What? Huh? Whew. Makes notes. It's dagger time. Unless they have a shield. If they have a shield, it's hammer time. JD smash. Cool. Okay, so now, Shonik, you could do your shield thing here, or your spear wall here, but it's not going to do us much good, so you're going to actually get up here and start stabbing this guy to pieces. The only reason that I'm not putting you in shield mode right now, defense mode, is because if I don't, this guy is going to tear Winrick apart. So I'm going to try to stab him a couple times, even though he has a shield. Yeah, there's one. Ooh, and because you moved, you only get the one action point. I should have counted that. Okay, so you're done. So click like that. Here we are with It's Bigsby. And this guy's not wearing a helmet, but he's also not wounded. So it's decapitate is it's a heavy fatigue strike, but it also, I could take his head off and the fight could basically be over. So I'm gonna go for it, even though the smart move would be to shield up and just strike once. But you got to take some risks. Oh, no, you just landed a blow. Let's do it again now that he's been hit. Oh, and a miss. Oh, I knew Weinreich was in trouble. Okay. All right. So now we've got problems. I guess you could look at your order and you could wait on JD Lady. Wait on JD Lady, or switch to your dagger now and try to puncture him out. He's unharmed. It will be costly. But we really want that armor, so we're going to go for it. Oh, but JD Lady doesn't have a dagger. Oh, okay, well. All right. In this case, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward. I'm going to take a step. And I'm going to try to crack that guy's armor. Oh, this is really rough. This is a tough decision. Because I'm totally working towards taking this armor. So, JD Lady, you're going to go. He swung at you. He got that attack of opportunity because you were in his hex. But I thought it was worth it so that you can then take out that guy's shield so Shaunik can kill him if you don't die. Oh. Okay, so now what we can do is Citizen can fire his crossbow because it's already loaded, and we're going to go ahead and hope this doesn't ruin the armor. There it is. And it puts a wound on him. If you see there's a little flag there, it also made him test his resolve because he's like, oh shit, crossbow. All right. So then what JD's going to do, she's not going to reload. She's going to actually switch to the pitchfork so that next round she can attack at range. You know what I'm even going to do is I'm even going to move her up to attack these guys with that pitchfork. Now, again, let's go with the arrow. Oh, no, we could hit JD. All right, so what we're going to do then is we're going to step up. We'll take a quick shot. Hopefully not ruin the guy's armor. This is close. Okay, and then instead of doing anything else, we're going to switch to the pitchfork. Oh, we used too many action points to switch. Okay, early game mistake. Let's do this. Okay. The point here is to try to keep JD alive. And oh no, JD's down. All right, and that's where you could save scum the battle. What time are we at? Oh my goodness, yeah, we went way over. So save scum the battle. We could jump out right now. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do that because I ain't afraid to save scum. I guess, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to finish out this battle, see how it plays out? Or do you want to start the battle over and not be so greedy and try to save JD? I'm going to say let's play it out. And then in AU, because it's one of the companions dying, one of the first original 3, I would totally save scum this. And by save scum, what I mean is if you hit the X, don't surrender. If you hit the X, it will offer you, it'll say, do you want to quit? You will quit. It'll tell you that there will be an autosave. You go to load game, and then you autosave. We'll do it afterwards, but let's try this. Finish the battle. Cool. Good. Violins playing. I know. We love you, JD. Okay, so now that he's wounded and such, we're going to go ahead and try to decapitate again. And he's almost dead. I'm going to go for it and hope that it was not for not. Oh, he came at me. Okay. So still wanting, still being greedy about that armor. He's near death. I'm going to go for it, and hopefully the armor will be spared. So the more damaged the armor is, the less likely you are going to get the armor. Get the armor in the end. So because we're being greedy, fudge it. I won't attack him. I'll attack the guy without the shield, and he's down. I don't want to move because he's at range, and this guy will have to step forward, and Shaunik won't have to spend any points to kill him. So we're just going to end his turn. Oh, it's Bigsby still alive. All right, now I can switch up to the pitchfork, or I can try to shoot the guy with the shield, and I'm going to huck arrows at the shield guy and hopefully not kill the other guy. I killed him. Hopefully that we still get the armor out of it. If we don't, I'm going to feel bad. All right, let's... in this case, we've got him outnumbered. I'm going to go ahead and shield wall and save the fatigue. I'm out. 4-on-1 is too many. Let's see where we can get to. Alright. If he had armor or something, I would try to run him down. But I think he's probably going to get to the border before we can get a shot off at him. Because he's right now out of bow range, so we would have to move to shoot him. So I think that's it. So it's over. Okay, we lost JD, we lost Winrich. Like I said, if you lose any of your companions right off the bat, definitely save scum and jump out. Okay, so let's go to loot. Also, the other thing I do is I'll check my loot, and then and then if I didn't get the loot I wanted, I'll save scum. I have no qualms about it, and I've played hundreds of hours of this game. You out there, if you're starting new, save scum all you want. It's for fun. I don't play this game to get, I gotta grind out everything and min-max. I play it so that it's the story of this adventuring company, Where's my sword at? Did my sword drop? Oh. I play it so, I can run around with swords and axes and... How about you? And so, it's fun. You will let brothers die. Like I said, Winrick, I was like, okay, Winrick's dead. In the loot, a lot of times you get your brother's equipment back. So, as you see, we got Winrick's stuff back. But we also got this falchion. We got a spear. We got, because JD Lady died, we got the axe back. But we did end up getting the armor. So this would be one of those where I'd be like, we did get the armor. I'd still save scum it because of the companions. Don't forget to take all your loot. Check your stats one more time. I always do. Citizen went up. There we go. And continue. And then it gives you one last chance to be like, do you want to take the loot? And yes, we took the loot so we can leave. Woo! All right. Hoggart lies dead in a pool of his own blood, skewered into a grotesque and panicked pose. He didn't weasel his way out of this one. You put a boot on his corpse and look to your men. For the company, for the men who've fallen. Aldebrick spits on the dead man's face. Let's take this bastard's head back to Eichenberg. I told you I get to play with toys. All right. Time to get paid. All right. Okay, so with that, let's see. That is pretty much what I wanted to get through. I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, let's have a quick question and answer session. This ran longer than I wanted, but I think it was a good start and a good build and very tutorial. I hope that people will watch it and spread it around on YouTube to kind of give people who want to play this game a good look and have fun with it. Let's go ahead and do the save scum thing while you guys think about questions. And I will go here, go to load campaign. Autosave, look at there. Click that, and we'll load it. And while we're waiting on questions and stuff, I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to do this battle real quick. How fast I would do it without explaining anything. And so we've got a few thugs and the brigand poacher. Oh, where's our raider? We don't have the raider. Oh, I should have saved. So we could have X'd out. We could have went to the thing and saved. And I usually have 3 or 4 saves. I usually have whatever, like it'd be Tavern Tough's Good Night. That's like my sign out. And then I have Tavern Tough's Dis is Stupid, or Tavern Tough's Stupid 1. Tavern Tough's Stupid 2, and then usually like one other one for certain circumstances of saves, so you can make the most of your save scumming. Before you take contracts, leave the town, save as Dis is Stupid, or Tavern Tough's Stupid. Go back in, look at the contract, see how much money, see what you're going to get. I'll give you a few pointers about contracts. 1, look for how much they're willing to pay you, because a 1 or 2 skull, if the money looks too good, it's going to be a brutal fight. So again, you want to have that save before you took the contract, because otherwise you can get caught in this, I'm stuck in this combat, I cannot win save scum wise, and you just should have never taken the contract in the first place. So you can save, go back before you even took the contract, and go on with your lives. Omega 13 button it and go back before that. Three skull contracts, you're going to want guys who are most of your party going to be 5th or 6th level before you start taking 3 stars or 3 skulls. What else can I say about contracts? Early game, a lot of people are like, man, I want contracts. Contracts in the early game are pretty good, particularly if you can get them to take you places you want to go, or you can get combats against like brigands. You want to hunt brigands as much as you can to farm up armor and equipment for your guys at the beginning. Animals don't really give you much. Even with the new DLC, you can make some money off their parts. You can make cool equipment off their parts. But I wouldn't take many contracts along those lines. Like when you're fighting ghosts or alceps or I can't think of the other creatures' names right now. They can be really hard because they're very specific fights. And I would say look up someone else's tutorial or guide on those kind of undead ghost type fights. Undead themselves aren't too bad. Zombies in particular are decent. Ancient auxiliaries are hard, so I would stay away from them until you've got a good bunch of fights under your feet. Please explain swords. Okay, I'm going to say something. Swords generally suck. Really and truly, every review I've seen, every buddy who plays, and every playthrough I have played, generally the only time someone has a sword is if they're like a specialty duelist type build. Otherwise I generally don't use them except more Zweihandery, big. This is more like a giant, one of the big orc cleavers. I've got a Zweihanda around here somewhere. Anyway, yeah, like two-handed swords, I would mostly keep them. Oh, I would only use these on like two-hander guys, and even then, a lot of times if I have a two-hander who has swords, I end up giving him an axe anyway to chop through shields because it just does a better job. The only thing that the big swords are good for is you get a 3-person arc cleaving, and that's good because then you don't have... It doesn't do the axe thing where it goes all the way around and kills your own guys. But yeah, in general, I don't use swords. I really don't. I hate to downplay them, but yeah, that's the thing. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Are you continuing this campaign next week? Please do. I have questions further into the game, a ton of them. I do not know if I can fit that into my schedule, but if I do, I may do some of these off stream, and I will put them in YouTube, and you can always give me questions. Feel free to either hit me up in like a Discord or Twitter. Anybody out there on Twitter has questions, give me the questions. If I do another one of these, I will do them all based off your questions. That's awesome. And then are war dogs worth the trouble? War dogs are going to be killed. You're going to lose your war dog. Once you have some money, particularly if you have the DLC, you can use like you'll find hides and stuff that you can go to the taxidermist and turn it into armor for your war dogs, but it's very rare that your war dog will live. You keep the war dog there as like a last ditch save your guy sort of thing. You know, huck the war dog out, the war dog will immediately attack, and hopefully it'll save your guy. Let's see. I'm just going to go through your questions right now. Please explain swords. Yeah, they suck. Ancient auxiliary are okay with archer spear wall, for me at least. The undead suck. They come back in the fallen guy's armor. Yes, they really are rough. And then, are falcons worth it? Okay, falcons, if you have the money to get a falcon, it is, in my opinion, depending on the fight, worth it. If it's a zombie fight, don't use your falcon. You know that there's zombies are coming. They will come to you. It's no big deal. If it's zombie with a necromancer, the falcon's worth it because you'll expose the necromancer, and you can try to get some archers within range to kill the necromancer while your other guys try to hold up the zombie horde. Let's see what else. Falcon's worth it. That's the last of it. Okay, guys, this has been really long. I will be putting this on my YouTube channel. So hit like, click like, surprise, or subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's whatever I'm playing on Sundays is posted there generally, and there's a bunch of stuff from a couple years back that's still applicable to a lot of games and whatnot. And yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. This is one of my favorite games. This, Darkest Dungeon, are usually my bread and butter on Sunday mornings. Right now we're taking a break because we finished our Darkest Dungeon campaign. We're playing Grifflands, and we may be playing Deep Sky Derelicts again, or Vambrace Cold Soul coming up in the future, until Darkest Dungeon 2 is allowed. Thanks for the streams today, and keep your shields up. Shields up, spears out. With that, I will... Now it's time to say goodbye to Greybeard and all his friends. I hope that you'll come back next week to this locality to have a heap and help him of our tap water mead. Love you guys. Gotta go. Bye.